Say it in common. Say it in common.
This episode of the Commoners of D&D is brought to you by Tiger Skull RPG. Tiger Skull RPG offers monthly 3D printable miniatures complete with 5e stats, digital illustrations, and loot cards. Everything you need for fully realized NPC encounters. Tiger Skull RPG is creating true print and play collectibles so you can hop right into your RPG with the latest figure. Check it out at tigerskullrpg.com and patreon.com/tigerskullrpg where you can get started for as low as $1 a month. You're listening to Say It in Common, where we talk about it all, not just Dungeons and Dragons. I'm AJ Cannon.
I'm Dustin Foltz. I'm Seth Temple.
I'm Seth Templin. Oh no, I'm Tyrell.
Start it over. I just wanted to mess it up.
Oh my god.
And I'm.
You were going too fast anyway.
No.
And I'm.
You're listening to Say It in Common, where we talk about it all, not just Dungeons and Dragons. I'm AJ Cannon.
Seth Templin.
Dustin Foltz back for another episode.
Tyrell Merle.
Anthony Tate.
You messed it up again.
No, Tyrell's got to go before Anthony. Dustin, you're last.
I don't know. I just felt like
I don't know why.
skewed.
It really doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. We can do it this way this time.
Let's try
Our
again.
fans are going to be so angry.
I was just here. It's okay.
all
Okay,
Debbie of you.
wait. Boom, 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 boom.
Okay.
You're listening to this. Yeah, it's AJ. It's order of who started coming on the pod. Yeah. So it was me and Seth first, and I did the intro. So it was me
Because it's
and
his
Seth.
thing.
Right.
No, it's yours.
All this needs to stay in the podcast.
It's your idea. Then Tyrell came to the third episode, and so he added. Then you came to like the fifth or sixth episode.
Yeah, let's do like a blooper reel.
Bloopers are great.
We'll just leave this in here. This is the intro.
This is awesome.
All right, we're keeping it
What's up,
common.
guys?
Keeping it common about episode 13, which we just did a couple days ago.
Deja vu. Glad to be back.
Yeah.
Whoa, I'm glad you came here for the fourth time in a row.
Yeah, I've never seen Dustin this many days or like that close together in my life.
He's been here a lot since my sister's wedding, and now this.
That is a comment that I made when I was like, man, I shaved off like 10 minutes getting here for my 2.5 hour drive. And when you think about it, it's because I've been here more in the past 2 months than all last year.
That's what D&D will do for you.
Yeah.
I wish you'd just move here.
Brings people together.
Just come play.
Yeah, just why don't you just move here, Dustin?
There's plenty of schools. They'll hire you.
Yeah.
And then you can get me a job too, and then we'll just work IT together.
Right.
Yeah. And then
take me under your
me and
wing.
AJ will live together.
Yeah.
Or you could, come to, where my wife teaches, and we can just ride here together.
Tyrell can come live with us too.
Or we can.
I'll divorce my wife and come along.
Let's be if me
Just kick her to the curb. We'll live here.
Yeah, all of us in this little bitty building.
if
We'll
me,
just convert the garage.
If me, AJ, and Tyrell moved in together, that's where D&D would be. Let's just be honest.
Oh yeah.
D&D would live
You'd be coming to us, Seth.
No, when I get a place,
Hey, that's
it's going to
fine.
be 95% studio, 5% home.
Nice.
Yeah.
By that, he means he's going to have a bed and a toothbrush.
Yeah.
He's going to go to the bathroom outside.
Yeah.
Gonna cook all of his food on an open flame out front.
Yeah.
But all the
Just have a
squeking
steady
doors
cook.
of Seth's place because that makes it homey.
Yeah, true.
I'll bring this.
I can't imagine a podcast without a squeaky door or a dog barking. Or a TV.
Yeah, how many dogs do you have, AJ?
0.
Oh, it's
He doesn't.
can't
have
even multiply that times the number Seth has.
Yeah, no, we have 0 dogs in my house right now.
No, at your house though. You have. Yeah,
No.
you have other dogs.
We have 0 dogs at my house.
Oh my gosh, I
They
thought that
all
was
died,
more.
dude. He's cried about this here.
I thought
No, I haven't.
it's okay.
This all stays on the podcast.
No, last year this time we had 3 dogs. No, we didn't. Susie was already dead by then.
I know what you're going through, AJ.
Ginger
I lost
just
2
died,
dogs
right?
last year.
What?
Ginger just died, right?
She was the latest one, yeah.
Yeah, that's sad.
14 years or 13 or something. Yeah.
was
Yeah,
a
we
good
got her.
long
I
life.
got her in 06.
Good
Christmas
long-
of
I'd
06.
probably go.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Keeping it common. Try this again. Keeping it common. About episode 13 of the campaign that we just did at the Academy. Crazy stuff.
Yes.
Seth, kick us off.
I loved this episode.
One of the greatest episodes.
Yeah,
It's probably my favorite episode.
I was kind of worried that I didn't know what was going to happen. Like, Dustin let me know the night before, hey, I'm coming. I didn't think he was coming.
I didn't know I was coming.
So I was
till
like,
the night
oh gosh, how do I get him involved in this? I don't want him to drive 4 hours total and then not do anything, and you really didn't do anything.
It's still fun.
Yeah.
I had some important points my character needed to clarify in this episode. He had a stance he had to make against the elusive Darren. Boy, Darren got it hard this episode.
Oh, this was a fun fight. Well, what do we want to talk about first? We need to discuss you, AJ. Like, Quincy's going through changes.
Surprised me, and I wrote the whole
Oh, man.
Through changes.
Nice run. So Dustin, did you not know I was going to go with the Wild Soul?
I know, and it's not that I knew you. It's not that I didn't know. I didn't know Seth was going to put anybody in there without their collars on, and you would teleport out. And I was
Yeah.
like, "That's savage."
So hoping I would roll that, and I was hoping you were going to let me do that. I didn't know if you were going to let me do it in there.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know what was happening.
Technically, it was supposed to be a space you can see, so we didn't really do it right.
Hey,
And it was
It's
a
okay.
shut
Quincy
door.
doesn't know what he's doing.
Right.
It's good.
There were a couple other things that I noticed too. Besides the space you can see, I guess that I didn't actually know that. I saw it.
Thematically and story wise, it was awesome.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
his magic glitched, and he comes out and
Right.
I mean,
Technically,
where
it's
else
not
would
a
he
me-
be focused?
It's
at
not a
that point?
mechanic yet, and you did actually travel to who was talking to you.
Right. Yeah.
So AJ was a frenzy,
Berserker.
a berserker barbarian.
My least favorite barbarian.
This is all Dustin's fault. Dustin's like, you should do Wild Soul or something.
It was the only one that fit was Berserker.
Yeah.
For what? I
For
mean,
the old-
even other stuff, not even just out of the player's handbook. I mean, everything.
Oh,
like
yeah.
Path of the Totem doesn't make any sense for Quincy. He's only a barbarian because he's mad. So
Yeah, no, I understand. that.
Ancestrals really wouldn't have worked either.
no, we talked about trying to make that work, and it just didn't really. It didn't. It
Well,
was-
you
it
always
was
planned
tribal.
on doing magic, so
Right.
like when I threw the collars into the game, and I realized everyone has magical capabilities, and Dustin said this too. A player character always has magical capabilities because you could go into any
First
you
level
can-
sorcerer, it was in my blood all along. It's always a possibility for a player.
so it's always possible.
as long as you meet the multi-classing.
But I know what y'all are doing, so I know Tate is eventually going to go cleric. He's eventually going to have magic. You're eventually going to go bard. Maybe, I don't know.
Are you?
Are you?
That's the real
I
question.
really don't think he will anymore.
Is there going to be a barbarian?
Bard just doesn't make sense for Quincy anymore in the story.
He's still a bard.
He's a barbarian that plays music, and that's fine.
No, I'm gonna work. I was gonna work. I was gonna ask you some stuff. I'm not gonna do it here.
So, here's
I
the
can do that
thing.
here. I'll ask you.
Okay.
If he's made the switch from
Frenzy,
frenzying to wild magic or whatever it is,
Wild Soul.
wild soul, like, is there any aspect of that is left?
No, we're completely getting rid of Frenzy. He
Okay.
kind of worked through it. Like he was, when you Frenzy, you go into a normal rage, and then you can also go into a further rage later whenever you want. You don't have to if you want. So the way AJ's been playing this is like when he gets super pissed, or usually if someone
There's a
gets
second
hurt,
trigger.
Yeah, if someone gets hurt, that's usually his second trigger. So.
Hi, Cynthia. What are you doing?
Yeah, so anytime that AJ would see one of his companions get hurt or something, he would usually go into his frenzied rage. And so he kind of started using this during the game. I use this like when there's been this thing where AJ's been trying to control his rage a little bit. Or Quincy has, I should say. He's been trying to control his rage. So when he's being tortured this first time, and I was super excited to do the torture. I've been waiting to do that.
I was super excited to see it
Pretty
happen.
fun. So when he's using the rage and then he goes a bit further, since she's pushing, we might could have like held it out a little bit longer, but I mean, it's hard to, you could do like cut scenes in a movie or something, but in a D&D game, it won't get to the point.
Right.
So yeah, you start letting this magic go, and then because you were frenzied during the fight, I use like, well, can I go ahead and rage again? Because that's part of frenzy. It's like, yeah, sure. And if you want to keep that part, that's interesting. Like I said during the game, it's gonna DMs love when their players burn through their abilities. So if you want to burn through 3 rages, just hoping you'll get a certain roll of the die on that, that's pretty wild, as in Wild Soul anyway, and it makes
High risk,
it makes
high
it to
reward.
where later if we have another fight that you weren't expecting me to bring out, then you don't have your cut in half hit points. You know.
True.
So
Well, that, yeah, I was worried about it being overpowered, but the circumstance that happened was not normal.
Right, you're not normally surrounded by
Surrounded
that many
by-
people,
right.
And when you are, I mean, hey, more power to you. You're
Yeah.
a tank now. A tank among tanks.
You're not always going to roll that, and you're not normally going to be surrounded by 11 people.
Yeah.
right.
I mean, that was.
Yeah.
It looked overpowered. At the
No
time.
saving throw is really gnarly though.
Yeah.
yeah.
That was that. If anything happens with that particular ability, I would say consider a saving throw.
You're gonna
But-
kill some common people like that though.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you will 2d8. Was it?
No, it was 1d8.
Oh, was
Well,
it?
that's why he's got to learn how to control it. But
You rolled a 7 with 1d8.
yeah,
Oh, well, see
Or
that.
was it a
that right-
D10?
Well, still, I mean that's why this one.
D8.
No,
I
it
thought
was
you rolled 2 die and you just got a mediocre roll. Yeah, so it's
no, I
not
think
that
it was
overpowered.
maybe a D10. I don't, anyway,
Well, you could have rolled a 1 and got 11 and
You
got
did that
nothing
the
out
first
of it.
time.
no, I just happened to get.
Yeah, that your roll is what did a lot of that because
Yeah.
you can't always guarantee you'll roll a high number with a high number of people around.
Right.
And like Seth was saying, you'll burn through more of your rages that way. Now, when you get 14th level, that's going to be broke. Rage again, unlimited rage. Eventually, you have unlimited rages.
Yeah,
That's when it's going to be nasty, and Seth's going to probably want to be like, okay, we're going to do something about this. When you're just, I'm going to rage every turn
well,
until I
see,
get what I want.
I
That's
didn't think about that.
that's
I
the
didn't
thing,
either.
though. Okay, so Quincy may not be 14th level barbarian.
You know
So-
what? That makes an excellent point.
Yeah.
That's an excellent point.
Well, what I was gonna ask you, I wasn't sure if I should ask you. Like, okay, Quincy, now that he knows he can do magic, and then this last fight, I mean, that it was kind of me being me. Like Quincy wouldn't have known how to control that stuff,
Right.
but I was just using it because I really wanted to win that fight, and all that was left was me and Oren out there.
So I missed a part of that. What was the ruling with the temporary HP? If he rages again, he definitely loses it, but he
Yeah.
didn't know it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was using the teleport like crazy, trying to do everything I could to win. But I think that's also, I mean, that's Quincy figuring out, okay, this is what I can do. Now let me try to use it. I think I was kind of role playing it in, and he was kind of figuring it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, he's learning how to fight at this place.
Yeah.
But that leads to my question. Okay, so he's been learning how to do melee combat, I mean, shooting bows, whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
But what's to say now that he knows that he can do magic? Can he ask to learn some magic? Can he like go do what Thren's doing? Like, can I switch classes? Can I do some different can I go to some
I
different?
told y'all early on, if y'all once we got to level 5, if y'all wanted to change your class, I would let you this one time at level 5.
No, I don't want to change my class. I'm just trying to make it make sense how he knows magic, and that way, if he ever learns, I mean, like how to control his rage, he can still do magic if he's a bard.
Well,
I can
I mean,
cast spells.
If you look at this honestly, like if you look at this as character progression, you know, Quincy was not a man of rage. He was not a man of murder. But then, like, bad circumstances happen. You start murdering. You start raging like a barbarian, you know, and then like naturally progress. You know, that your rage keeps building and building until like something snaps inside, like some latency comes out, and you start like casting magic.
Right.
You know, that was there the whole time. You didn't know it.
But we're set up in this great environment to learn stuff. So what's to say I can't go to some wizarding classes and learn?
Victoria would be the person you want to talk to. Ironically,
Actually, no, Bryce. Bryce.
Bryce?
Yes. Yeah. I don't know if you want to. I can actually tell y'all what Bryce is.
Well, he would probably come to Gillard to ask. So expect that, Dustin.
Yeah. And another thing I was going to say, I mean, the way you all have role played it, it works out excellently to the rage has tapped into dormant magic that Quincy always had in another way. And now it's just a matter of you're now aware of that you have potential. Even though you can use your rage to tap into it, you can still use your music, which is how a bard taps into their magic. Other than that, I don't really know much about the way the bards function, but I know that it's always through art. And honestly, you could make rage your art now. Like that could become part of your art.
Yeah,
like anything can be an art. Bards, they get stereotyped a lot, but you could be a bard of anything. You could be a bard of art.
Yeah.
I love Quincy because he could be the bad guy of the next campaign. Like the way you're playing him, like he is just always right on the knife's edge.
He's towing the line
of falling over.
Oh yeah, with stealing all the time.
No.
Yeah,
He's classic.
murdering.
He is classic chaotic good.
Yeah, there was nothing chaotic good about ripping off old man.
Yeah, that wasn't a chaos.
He said it in the game. It's desperate times. I'm just doing this because I'm trying to survive.
I mean, that's putting yourself. Listen.
That's pretty evil.
In a way,
Because evil is all thinking about
He
yourself.
worked for that money. It wasn't like he just went in there and held the guy at gunpoint.
I
or
deserve
knifepoint.
it.
We did. It was 15 gold. Guys.
Neutral evil.
It was 15 gold.
It was a bag of holding.
Yeah.
Yeah, I paid the consequences for that. I just felt like that's what he could do.
Quincy didn't.
Quincy
AJ did.
Quincy has never held 300 gold in his hands before. But how is this guy going to know if I take 15 gold off the top? I mean, come on.
That's another thing that'll teach, like, especially the four original players. That'll teach y'all to like appreciate the world. Starting when you were like, how much to stay at an inn? Oh, just 4 silver. Oh, okay, penny pinching. And then eventually, once you get enough quests behind you, you're gonna be like, what's that?
buy the
What's
inn.
that? It's 5 silver. Here's 4 gold. Screw it.
I mean, I've got a sack of 5,000 gold that I don't know if it exists. If
I
it was
love that. I love that he kept
mean,
that with y'all. It was
Oh
great.
man, it was poetic
I wonder if we're gonna
justice.
get
It
that
was
back.
ugly.
If y'all escape, y'all can take whatever y'all want.
Whatever we find.
I am so nervous.
Y'all need to. This is something I don't want to like tell y'all to do, but like, y'all need to think of a place to put stuff.
I told Seth. I mean,
Go back to Juniper Grove.
Me and Seth have talked about escape, and Seth was like, "I want them to plan it," and I was like, "Less work for me." Because I didn't know how y'all were going to escape. This is a real prison, guys.
Oh, yeah, we don't know how to escape. We're going to end up dying in there.
Speaking of which, we had like so many opportunities.
I mean, I don't know how I could have wrote it out for Darren any better.
and I was
yeah.
like I told you guys.
I don't know why y'all didn't just say Darren. Like, we got to steal the ring now.
Well, I mean that was the thing. Is I
I
wanted
didn't
it
think it was a good idea.
with the archers. I thought to myself, this is a bad idea. Let's not do it when there's archers here. But then,
I don't
like,
believe there were archers there,
There were a
for
lot
that.
of eyes.
Y'all-
watching.
y'all
The
had said-
archers, you're usually made
I
aware.
think you did say that they were on.
there were
Oh,
archers,
they were?
but then they had. I think you had said something about them like changing shift or something. I don't know,
remember.
maybe.
I don't remember now.
But there was
I know
starting
they
out a
were
lot
there
of archers.
the first time because I was outnumbered.
Uh-huh.
And my thought going in there was, if they all come at me, I will not be able to take all of them down. I'll be able to take some of them, most of them maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I would kill you first, Tyrell, because you're the threat.
He knows who to go.
Magic is nasty. You don't
You're
play
the
around with that.
throat of
Right.
this group.
Yeah.
He's gonna go straight for you.
Yeah.
Cameron's getting strong.
Yeah, Cameron is getting strong. Because warlocks are very impressive.
Barbarians are
classes.
nasty.
Especially the Hexblade.
As soon as Cameron turns those cantrips around on Seth and makes them offensive, like I think he's just started with Maddening Hex from episode 12. As soon as he starts turning those not cantrips, as soon as he starts turning around those Eldritch Invocations and gets the power out of them, he's gonna be a powerhouse. You can turn a warlock into a pseudo paladin. And just, what's that? I crit? Oh, okay. You're gonna just stomp somebody with a spell slot. It's called Eldritch Smite. I've told Cameron about it. I'm hoping he switches over to it because y'all don't have a paladin, and y'all could really use that instant burst damage. And he's got that improved critical. Yeah. Yep.
I'm just ready
He
to.
doesn't have the improved critical, does he?
When he hexes someone, he does.
Sorry, go ahead and take.
I am. Oh, you know what? Never mind. I was gonna say I'm so excited. I'm ready to be a cleric, but I was just going to make the comment on this episode. This is the episode that I both rediscovered and also wanted to forget that I had great weapon fighting. Because, Lord, I mean, every time I used it, nothing.
Every time you didn't.
Every time I didn't. Oh, I was so freaking mad.
The ones that had shields had a AC of 16. Pretty
Dude,
hard.
Dexter's
armor.
rolls.
Hold on, armor. Why? They had armor, we didn't.
I didn't even realize it until I heard Tate say, "This is my AC. This is what it's supposed to be." I'm like, didn't we tell them to get equipped? We didn't mention armor.
I didn't know there was armor. We would have easily won
Worry
that.
about it.
Yeah, the
Tyrone
way
didn't have
that
to worry about it.
the way that kind of played out is Bryce looks smarter than Gillard right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they also the volunteers look better equipped. They look better taken
And
care
it's
of.
it kind of makes sense. Like
Yeah. Like, we're going to make sure our boys
in
are
a
taken
school bully sense kind of thing, they're the preppy kids and y'all are the losers
punks.
club.
Right.
Yeah.
They are what you could have been had you volunteered to be there.
Right.
Yeah.
The prefects.
Yeah. The torturing was fun, interesting. Darren trying to steal the shiv.
Putting Darren in there was a
That
huge
was funny.
surprise.
That was just
I
random.
think it was just a component. I don't think he was really trying to shiv anybody. I
I
think,
think-
it was just a component for a spell.
Maybe.
Oh, no, I thought he was. No, I think he's trying to make a knife.
No, because he was talking about how he needed something metal for one of
I
his
think he was
spells.
trying to pick a lock. Yeah.
Okay.
The only thing that bummed me out about Darren getting tortured is he didn't choose a different room.
Yeah, I wish he'd have
Oh,
picked
yeah.
one or two so
I
we
wanted
didn't
to
know
see
what
what
was in
I
there.
wanted to go through all four. I'm hoping y'all go through all four rooms, as messed up as that is.
I mean, Urist, we told him to take room 2
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he did. So we'll know what's in there.
whenever he left with.
Right. Well, you told Cameron to pick room 2. I don't think you told Urs.
No,
they
we
told
told
Oh, no,
Urist.
you did. 'Cause
We
you-
didn't tell
'cause you want to
Cameron.
know what the torture
Try
is
one,
like.
room 1 or 2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. You're right.
Yeah, we said we want to see what's in room 2 because I mean, I figured if we're looking at this map that you gave us, if it is truly what we're looking at, if I was actually Buck,
What do
and
you
this
think
was
room 2 is? And I just won't verify. I'm
room
just
2,
curious.
I don't know if there's anything in it. In all honesty, whenever I saw those 3, I saw something in room 1, something in room 3, and something in room 4. I was just thinking, okay, if this is which door is the right door? You go into room 2, there's nothing there. It's just dead silence, and they question you. You know
No,
what I
I
mean?
don't think so. There's something in the corners. The corners are rounded.
The corners are rounded. I do know that.
There is no correct door.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm really excited to see all those. And for those of you homebrewers out there that want to make a room to torture your players, you won't find that anywhere online. I made that myself because when you look up 5th edition, how to torture somebody with mechanics, it doesn't exist. So
No, they don't like torture in D&D anymore. In
not
3rd edition, there was a book all about like torture. It was a weird book.
Oh,
It had some it was into the rape things. Like it was creepy.
Well,
Some enhanced
It
negotiation.
was was it the Book of Vile Darkness? Maybe
That sounds right.
it sounds like a name
that might have
for
been what it
torture
was
book.
called.
I mean,
Well-
we actually explored that in.
nope. Okay, never mind. It's not that book then.
I approached it
Magical
where
item.
I wanted the rooms to represent different ways of making someone miserable in some variety of forms, but I figured mechanically it needs to function the same. One room shouldn't be worse than the other, so I just figured the 2 aspects of torture is the physical effect and the mental effect. So I went with Constitution and Wisdom, and I figured after successive fails, you have an effect. Seth turning the interrogation around and demanding something from him by her persuading him. That's probably one of the most savage uses of that room. Because constant wisdom fails, which will happen from almost anybody who's not a cleric, druid, or a ranger, maybe one or a monk. Basically, anyone that's not those 3 more than likely will fail those. And I guess I'm just curious to see how he can force information out of you. That wasn't really something that I came up on. I kind of made it with the aspect in mind. Torture does not yield results, so it actually makes y'all worse at doing whatever you want to accomplish. And then that warden thrives off of that. If you lie to her, more than likely you're going to fail. She's going to know that. She's going to know you lied. That gets her somewhere. You tell her the truth. I mean, you're probably not going to convince her, but anything gets her a step forward. Then Seth turned it around and he's like, she's going to persuade you to tell her what you. I was like, oh.
Well, the reason I did that is because the way torture works is you're going through so much pain that you want to get it over with by giving an answer. Playing around a table, y'all aren't in pain. So
Right,
like,
yeah.
so
Yeah.
there has to be a way of like, okay, I need some kind of answer. And I even said, I'm going to give you the opportunity. You can lie
Yeah.
or you can tell the truth. But
And
there needs to be a way to get some kind of, because there's nothing to stop y'all from just no, I'm not going to talk. No, I'm not going to talk because
Like
she
what
can't
Darren
do
did.
anything.
yeah, what Darren did.
I can't do
Points-
anything to you.
Points of exhaustion are no joke in D&D. As soon as I saw them, I recognized them as a clear. The points of exhaustion are the best way to kill a high level player, without a doubt. There are magic ways of inflicting
It's just
exhaustion,
6 hits.
and then players can make bad decisions and get exhaustion naturally, thinking, oh, whatever. But then the DM turns around and magically casts exhaustion on you with. There's a couple like innervation or something. There's one or two spells I've looked it up because I was curious how dangerous is exhaustion. You can die in those torture rooms if you fail enough saving throws. You can walk out of there with 3 points of exhaustion. You don't know what's coming next, and that's going to have you so debilitated you'll die just from what comes after. So yeah, there's you can hold out as long as you want, but if the mentality Seth decides to go with it is, well, you deserve to be in here longer, you will kill your character. There is genuine risk. I promise. I don't
And
want.
there's also that aspect what you're talking about. If one day one of the wardens decides, okay, we're going to torture, and then instead of letting you go to your
Rest.
bunk and
Right,
rest,
right.
I'm going to put you right out in the pit,
Right.
and you're going to go up against something that you can't beat.
With all these disadvantages.
Yeah,
And-
yeah. What happens if you end up with 4 points of exhaustion and then you come out of there and the party's like, all right, Quincy, we're breaking out of here. You're like, I have a movement speed of 0.
You're carrying me.
We have to carry him.
So now they move at half speed and you can't fight. So yeah, it's. I definitely wanted it to be risky. I didn't want to kill you, and I even told Seth, I was like, if you put them in there longer than 6 hours, you're genuinely risking their well-being, because after 6 hours you can accrue 3 points of exhaustion. If you put them in there 2 days in a row, that's death if they failed every point. So yeah, I put a lot in. I really enjoyed making the mechanics of it because I didn't find anything, so it was all I just homebrewed all of it. But I really enjoyed it. I think it accurately represents mechanically what a person would go through physically should they be tortured.
It reminds me of that Sylvester Stallone movie where he breaks out of prisons.
Oh yeah, a Prison Break.
Yeah.
Was it Prison Break?
I think it's called
No,
Prison
that's
Break.
a TV show.
No, I think is there not a movie? It's yes, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
There's 3
I
of
can't
them.
think of what the name of it is.
But his when he's forced to be alone, there's one that's kind of like a bright light and a cold fan, I think, and he's freezing in there.
I will
or maybe
say,
it's hot
when
or
I-
something like that.
When I created the rooms, room 1 was created
Escape
first.
plan.
Escape plan, yeah.
Escape plan. Yeah, that's it. I remember now. Room 1 was created first because I had the idea for it first. I think then I created room 4, and then 2 and 3 came much later. Basically, I had to fall on the position of magic being the key for. I think and I love the name the Cruciatus, by the way. I hope you all appreciate the
Potter.
name Harry Potter. I was
Torture.
like, what's a good name for a torture room? And eventually, I was literally looking up just dictionary words for torture, and finally Crucio was in there, or Cruci something. I was like, oh, Crucio, the torture curse, the torture room, and then so it all came together from
I
there.
didn't catch that.
Yeah, I was so
I got
happy
it
about
as
that
soon as he
name.
did it.
It had a nice ring to it. I will say that.
I loved it. I was like, what a great name.
Yeah, I don't even know what it's like to be DMing and to have him right next to you, and you'll be talking about things that he created, and he'll just be going, or he'll be like, especially that first episode. It's like I'm doing a little bit of my own thing with it. He's like, no, that's not no.
What I do?
I don't remember. There was something you just said no to me a couple times, like, and I was like, I'm changing it a little bit.
Do the EV? It's EVI and L blocks. Do those all stand for something?
Yeah.
Does V would stand for
V is volunteer. I is interrogation.
Originally the cell blocks were totally arbitrary. I was going to do ABCD, and then I was like, eventually I don't remember what I did, but I was like, wouldn't it be cool if I spelled something out with this? And I think I already had volunteer. I already had last because I was like, I don't know what represents the last block that you go through before you leave. So I already had volunteer and last. And eventually I was like, it's called interrogation, but technically she's getting information out of you. And at that point, I'd already spelled out evil. I just needed E. So I was like, what in the world would E block be called? Well, I finally, once again, Thank you. Dictionary, not dictionary. The synonyms. What's the one for thesaurus? Thank you, thesaurus. I just went to E, and I was like, excision. It means pruning. I was like, that's what I'm doing. The excision block. So yeah, that's where all the names.
So you start in the I block, and you're supposed to get through them, or you start in I or V,
You start
and then
in
you work up?
V or E. I is a specialty block where they move you to.
You might be moved there. Tyrell might be moved there.
to E.
To I.
Yeah, I is a specialty
we're not
block.
in I.
No,
What are
no,
we?
you're in E.
You're in E.
We're all
You're in
in
the
E.
pruning block.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Yeah, every block has a purpose. The L block is the last one you'll be in, and you'll
the
either
graduation one.
You'll either die there or you leave from there. It's pretty much the last block.
Hopefully we don't get there because we'll break out before then.
If y'all get the L block, you've been there for a long
A
time.
long time.
We have to talk about the funniest thing possibly that's happened on this campaign yet is when the Dark Spectre was in there and we
Oh
kept
my
sending him to
God.
somebody else.
It's so frustrating because he's like such a compelling character. I want to take him seriously, but it's just like, hey man, you want to just run this all over the place?
Oh my gosh! And when I got him to go to Thren's door,
The Dark Messenger.
Greetings.
it said greetings. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen. I absolutely lost it.
You turned him edgelord into comedy lord, basically.
I could just see him like sulking over there, like storming to Thren's door, and him sitting there meditating on his bed.
That's
Greetings.
probably what. I think I know what you were saying. I said no to now. It was the name was supposed to be something different, but it's fine. It's arbitrary. It didn't matter to me one way or the other. I just wanted a name for it, but yeah. That was ridiculous. What a way to end his man.
And this is just me pretty much telling y'all, I'm not, like, I've given y'all everything that I'm giving you for the escape pretty much.
So we just have to figure it out from here.
Yeah.
We don't have a weapon to kill anybody with. We don't know how to get there discreetly.
Don't need it.
There's guards everywhere.
Are there?
This is a death trap.
You haven't once asked if there's guards in the hallways.
Yeah. That's the thing.
Well, I know the Dark Spectre's coming and going as he pleases, saying that there's no.
But he's a ghost, though.
Yeah, I know, but he's saying
he's not really.
we can talk. and we don't
he's
have
a
to whisper.
physical manifestation. We can see him,
But he's walking through walls and stuff, though.
right? But I mean, does that mean that there's no guards?
No,
does that mean
this
guards
next-
can't see him? I don't think.
This next episode, I don't know if you got combat or whatever planned, but I think it's probably going to. We need to gather information. So I know as far as what I plan to do, I'm going to be asking questions and looking around, and maybe we'll see if we can get out of ourselves and do something.
My goal
We gotta
by
get
the
the
end
ring.
of next session.
I'll tell you,
is
your
to
best
be on
chance
the
is
doorstep
Darren,
of
honestly. Darren is your best chance.
Absolutely. But he needs to act. Is the big
gotta
thing.
And
create
y'all gonna probably have to tell him.
I actually want to talk to Darren about weapon choices before we play next time if I'm here. Because I was thinking a few things, and man, his character doesn't have any consistency, and I think that's one of the reasons he struggles in combat. For one, hand crossbows suck. Light crossbow or nothing as a rogue. I mean, if you're gonna go rogue and you don't have special proficiencies, you should probably go light crossbow. So yeah, I was actually looking at weapons today,
I
thinking
love
about
hand crossbows.
I think it's
they are
it's
horrible.
only 30 foot range.
Right, it's 30
That's
foot
the only
range,
thing.
and he is a gnome. Remember that plays an important part in my decision making.
They can
here.
only
Yeah.
run
They
25
can
feet.
outrun his damage, or he'd be a disadvantage. So it's like, yeah, if he ever got in a ranged fight, he is so dead. I mean, technically he's got 50 feet of movement, but sacrificing every bonus action just to stay in range is nasty.
Yeah.
Yeah, Darren, he's definitely doing better with his cunning actions this time. I will say he was considering them, which he wasn't really doing last time. It's like, I guess the magic just became a blocker for him last time. He was so focused on silent image and how he was going to handle that while you guys weren't here. This time he definitely focused more on being a rogue, which is, in all honesty, where the focus needs to be this early on, because
When he understood how sneak attack works, I think.
oh yeah, he was all over it. Yeah, he was like,
once
can do a bunch of
once he
damage,
grasped
wow.
that, he was all in it.
oh yeah.
But he I was gonna say, that was one reason that I've done what I've done with Quincy as far as his speed. I mean, I got 45 feet of movement. That's more than a regular human elf or whatever. I mean, that's
it's a lot.
huge. And I started out with 25. So yeah, I mean, that's why I've done what I've done, because if you're a halfling and you're trying to rush into battle to be the battle or the damage
You have
soaker,
25 feet of movement as a half.
you start out with 25.
Okay.
And then with Barbarian, you get extra.
Right.
And then I
You
took
get
mobile.
more, but yeah, I got to understand that's one of your struggles right now is do you keep going Barbarian when in multi-blasting stuff
Yeah,
comes up,
but
so-
I've already got my 45 feet, so
right.
I go Bard now. It doesn't really matter.
Right.
And I'll always have the
So you're
mobile
going Bard next level, correct?
Level 6.
if that's how it plays out.
And you're going Cleric
I'm
next level?
definitely going cleric.
Okay.
Yeah, that's another
Although
thing.
right now I'm in a slump in my faith.
Do bards
Right.
have to worry about? They don't have to worry about like components and all that crap. It's all just explodes
Nobody
out.
has to if you don't
Your
want to.
component is your music.
Components are dumb.
Yeah, there are people who play wizards that make it like it's
Liam makes it interesting, like describing how the usage of all of his items are. It is mean to make a player have to pay like 100 gold to get paper to write down spells and stuff. Like that's just
no, that's the actual cost.
I know
It's-
that's cruel.
What's crazy is the quantity that Matt actually describes. It's like it's this much paper. It's like, dude, it goes in a spell book. This
Yeah,
like,
that's
inch
what I'm
thick.
always wondering. Why
I
do
was
they
like,
need that much paper?
Yeah, that-
is it just
I
to
mean-
write it down, copy it over and over and over?
Right, it's
Yes.
because it's 50 gold a spell level, and then if you're a certain evocation, it gets cut in half the price, so it's a little more cost effective. But the wizard that he's screwed with that. It's 50 per spell level no matter what,
Right.
Because he's a specialty wizard. He's not a conventional.
Well,
one.
what about spells like Revivify, where you need a diamond worth so ever much?
No, that's part of the game. Yeah, that's just straight up.
That's
part
what
of the
I
game.
thought.
Yeah, and that was what so, he talked about going cleric. The game changes a little bit once y'all have a healer. Oh, Quincy's down. No, he's not.
Yeah.
And then he's
Boom.
back up. He's back to fighting. Y'all don't have that.
Right.
So a lot of monsters are designed when you look at like what is a dangerous monster. A dangerous monster is one that can put down multiple players in a turn. So
Like
when you
what
don't
the
have a
Chimera
healer,
did.
it doesn't matter. They can put one person down. They've now increased their chances of success.
Well, at the same time, you take a person who's your fighter, who is a brute, and you put him in the middle of everything where he's taking damage, and then he's also supposed to be the one that heals you.
Yeah, I'm curious how that's going to play
He's
out.
going to have to learn
How
to,
is
have
your-
to
what-
stay out a little more or something. I don't know.
Are you still thinking Grave Domain?
Not anymore, really.
You just seem like a war cleric to me.
Isn't that bad at level 5? Doesn't he?
I don't know.
Get multi attack. I don't know. I'm always thinking about min maxing. I always keep that in the back of my mind. It's like if you go,
I love this because no one is min maxing at all.
Right.
yeah, if you
Except
go,
maybe Tyrell.
Yeah, if you go bard,
Well, he just rolled high, and he got his intelligence up.
No, that's the best thing about this game. Like min maxing has its place, and that's fun and stuff. But at a certain, this is so sorry.
Y'all need
I
to
love
understand
it.
that's part of Gillard's character. That's why he's so strong. I made him the level he is. Everything was designed based off of his current level. I didn't have to go through anything. So that's why I took. That's why I was able to take him down in one turn because my entire character. Sorry, that's all right. My entire character is designed to fight. Like he is. I don't know about min max because I rolled my dice, but as far as his kit and what he can do, it's all designed for combat.
Right.
Because I didn't. I mean, even now, I don't know like what kind of longevity I expect to have with the character. With the academy, I don't know if I'll be appearing later. So I designed the character to kill. So that's what he does, and he does it good.
As far as Thren goes, I never pretty much everything that I've done in this campaign. I've literally just been going with the flow, pretty much everything.
That's good.
Did you take Fireball?
I did.
Why'd you not shoot a Fireball the other day?
Okay, I used what's that spell? This is one of
It was a cool spell.
Well,
was a
no,
cool
we
spell.
didn't. We didn't really run in there because I went last.
Kyle
went
Rask
early.
ran in there.
Kyle went
Rask ran
early.
in there.
Don't
Ran in
matter.
there.
He could have put it way far enough in the back that it would have not hit Kyle.
well, he ran in there after I used that spell.
What spell did you use first?
Something wave.
Yeah,
Destruction wave or something. No, that's too high level.
No, it's hold on one second.
What?
Yeah, I cast Paul's Wave. That was the spell that I used.
It was a cool spell. I didn't remember it because I don't do wizards.
But a lot of things would have gone. I mean, a lot of stuff would have gone different. You cast Fireball in there. I don't know.
I didn't want to hit you. I didn't want to
Right.
hit anybody else that was on my
Hey,
team.
as someone who's played a barbarian, don't be afraid to hit a barbarian with fireball.
Well, I think
Yeah, I don't
Rask
care.
was in there.
Once I'm raging, hit me with whatever you want to hit me with.
Yeah.
Especially if once you won't get the reckless thing though, will you? At 6th level, you can get advantage on dexterity saves against things that you see.
I don't think I'll get it. Well, I won't get it. I mean, if I take... No, I already have that. Danger sense?
Oh, you have that already?
Yeah, that's a 2nd level thing, I think.
Oh, maybe 6 levels when you get
Move,
advantage on initiative.
Initiative, that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, boy, I'd love to have that. That's just a barbarian thing? Mm-hmm. We'll see what happens. I don't know what I'm going to do. Now, I want...
Barbarian for life!
No, I want Bard because...
I want that
then
plus
I
4
can-
to strength at 20th level.
I can heal a little bit too, if I get that.
Yeah, that's true.
Can that go above
Yes, it can.
20?
I would be... I
He's a
was set
god
up...
among men.
I was set up for a Bard.
I know.
I have an AC
that's
of
what's so funny.
14. I have a strength modifier of +2. My con is not high. My charisma is 17. It's my highest stat. I haven't used it a bit, except for just jacking around doing stuff. Little stuff. So,
You're selling those books. as students.
yeah, I roll. I got some good charisma stuff out of that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's there. Bard is there. I'm playing it.
Yeah.
And it's fine. But my AC being 14, and my strength modifier isn't high enough. I mean, I've got +5 to a attack roll. I guess that's not bad, but at the same time, like I'm having to roll reckless on everything because I roll so bad. Right. Meanwhile, Dexter's over here. That's a 28 to hit
Every time.
that's a 26 to hit. Well, yeah, it all hits.
It was nice having a new player come to the table who knew how to play.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, how did that happen?
I took him out though.
Yeah.
How did what happen?
How was he getting like above 20 with each roll?
He had a 20.
He had a +8.
Yeah, his dexterity was a 20. So
Yeah, +5,
plus
+3.
5
He
plus the
created a
3.
min-max
Like
fighter.
that's
No,
why I
he
was
just
saying
rolled
we
that
go-
good.
When
and
you,
then
but
gets
when you
level 5.
start off at a higher level, you can have a design in mind for your
Right.
character. And he knew he was going to come in there and just knock people out with his monk. So he didn't worry about weapons or anything
Right.
else. Like
Right.
Dude, that water whip was sick
That was pretty
right
cool.
at the start.
Kyle
dude.
went down so quick.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, it was bad.
yeah, he did.
It's like what? What happened? What?
What was the deal with the guard stabbing him? That was savage. I did not expect that.
Wait, what?
Just the bully thing.
Yeah,
they're bullies.
When Kyle went down, when Rash went down, the guard came up and just was like,
yeah.
I'm just like, wow, that I feel like that needs to be part of the academy now. They're just savage.
Yeah,
Like,
was that on a dang chaotic evil there, Seth?
Maybe.
well, I mean, they're trained to kill, but like ever since that happened, I've already been thinking. I was like, man, that I almost feel like killing someone should be a graduation requirement at this point. Like, I mean, that was savage. Why would anyone do that in what was supposed to be a fight over who trains here? And I mean, yeah, Kyle would have died.
It's supposed to be a
Oh
spar.
yeah, he could have killed Kyle.
He would have killed Kyle the next turn. One stab, dead.
Which,
Like-
by
He
the
had 3
way,
attacks. He could have killed him then.
Oh, he could have.
Yeah.
Oh,
I just let Bryce use his reaction to stop him.
right.
How indoctrinated is Gillard? I understand he works there, so he's
I
probably.
mean, he's one of the wardens.
I love
Yo,
that.
dog,
Like
dog,
at the
don't
end of
even
the game,
try.
I think we'd already turned it off. But Kyle's like, "You're not even a bad guy."
seriously, man.
I mean, he helped us out. He's. I know you're trying to. I mean, it's just like you said. It's a drill sergeant. I mean,
Right.
he's,
That-
he
and
gets
that's-
on to his dudes because he wants them to be good.
Right, exactly.
What do you
Like,
think of Bryce?
Sneaky.
I mean,
He's
is
pretty
he?
cutthroat.
Is he?
I don't
He's
trust-
been extremely friendly to y'all.
I don't trust the small ones.
Victoria's just psychotic.
Yeah, she's crazy, but
That character reminds me of what is that off of? There was a character in Oblivion that was a necromancer, sort of more like a sorceress kind of character, but she was insane, and she would like kill people and then resurrect them, and then kill people and resurrect them, and just keep doing it over and over again.
I'm
just to hear
channeling
them
Bellatrix for sure.
Oh yeah.
And then y'all haven't even met Henry Fenris or
Yeah.
Which that last
I
I
name,
had-
had I had
That
somebody
last
whisper
name.
something to me, and I will neither confirm nor deny what was whispered to me. So I will just wait and see.
see that last name makes me
whispered what?
believe that he is a
Tate.
wolf.
oh
He's a what?
He's in some part wolf, werewolf. Yeah,
Fenris means wolf in Latin.
Well, either that or there's also in Norse mythology, Fenrir is the wolf that accompanies the end of times.
Yeah, I believe I believe I chose it because it means like specifically Fenris in whatever origin. Like I said, it's been a while since I created these wardens. I think it means like I want to say it means like honorable wolf or something. Henry was just what name to go first. Overhill, same way. I was like Underhill, Overhill.
Nope, that's Tolkien.
Seth actually said it too, and I was like, man, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, what's a halfling name? And I was like, Quincy Pochard, that's cool. What else do I know? Overhill or Underhill. That was the name. Overhill works. Yeah, that was just total just shot. Now, Bryce has meaning. His first name has meaning to his character, but his last name,
I think you could tell him what the name means.
I mean, yeah, based off of, I guess, what y'all seen with how he trains his people, they're very they're overzealous a little bit. Bryce is very ambitious. So that will play and that plays throughout his character if y'all discover more about him later. That's what Bryce actually means is ambitious.
I really wanted y'all to win this fight, though. 2 weeks in a row losing a fight sucks.
Dude. I mean, it goes into this narrative that we're just here to get beat up.
Technically, they won the first one.
I agree to that. If it
ran
was
off
about,
and
I don't feel like we did.
Technically they lost because he had to get the thing sent out of there.
I didn't see any kind of win. As Buck, I just lost.
I was just as surprised by the way Seth played that because I was just the mindset we bring in wild beasts and we have our people kill them. So when I was like, I'm not gonna let it kill all my people. If it fire breaths again, they're all basically dead. So I was like, I'm gonna slash it. And
You said, I've never seen this thing before.
I just named this thing the Golden Girls out just as a joke. and then he was like, it whimpers. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. Go back in your cage. And now I'm gonna go whoop this gnome. Oh, it was great.
Well, the way I see it is, we're there to learn and get the crap beat out of us, and that's what's happening. So I'm afraid we're gonna take it for granted and keep getting killed because we're being reckless because we think we won't die.
Y'all are going to get the free feat that I'm giving y'all, which I mean, medic is a great freaking use. Like if you can heal people without having to use spells, that's awesome.
Right.
What all did that get?
That'll really help your out of combat, like don't blow spells before we're ready.
Right.
Med kits are cheaper than health potions, and they're actually just as good for you too. So that's another thing to keep in mind. Yep.
Awesome.
They're half the price of a regular healing potion, and they're better. I think you get a D6 for your med kit. You get a D4 for 2D4 for a health potion. I think.
Seth, you might explain to the people what we're doing with these feats because I don't think you really have.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so because y'all are training, I wanted to give y'all a chance to get just not a serious one. Like you couldn't get great weapon master or sharpshooter or shield mastery, but this is just a way for you guys to improve yourselves. I kind of like doing this for players when they start at first level, but I think here at 5th level it kind of makes sense, and y'all are in a prison to better yourselves. Just so like Tate's taking medic. And that's just he's learning how to use medicine and stuff. It's going to give him some proficiencies. It's not giving any skill increases.
Right, for going the ASI on all feats.
It's just giving yourself skills and talents to use in the game, just to give yourself more options.
Makes sense story-wise, too, that we'd be learning something. Because technically, without leveling up, we're not going to get better at anything.
I want to know why Tyrell chose actor.
Well, I've got some plans for it, but
Please.
Yeah. This is the time to let it out.
Go ahead. What kind of? I just didn't figure. I figured maybe AJ.
I already have an actor background, but I know it's not the same. But yeah.
Well, to me, it was all about like the deception part of it mainly, like being able to like deceive people like into them thinking that you're someone else, like using like
Is this because you were tortured and she's trying to find out about your teacher? Did you decide that based off of that, or is there?
I chose before the game.
Yeah, I chose. Before
Oh, right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
No, I think. Well, Thren, I think is more kind of a not really sneaky, but just I think he'd use his wits, try to blend in to try to, I don't know.
Well, I mean, we're kind of like in an espionage kind of situation here. It's
Yeah.
kind of how I'm looking at it. Like,
Well, yeah, it's called actor, but you gain the ability to mimic the voices of
Yeah.
others.
And you get advantage on deception
And advantage on-
performance, I think it is.
Deception. I don't know. Maybe two.
Yeah, it's charisma performance checks to try to pass yourself as a different
just
person.
performance,
Deception or performance.
deception, or performance.
Well, is there anything else we want to talk about for during the campaign? Fight was good. I really thought y'all that if you wouldn't have changed from 77 hit points, you probably would have won that fight.
Dude, he would have. Absolutely no doubt in my mind.
Darren would have focused on getting sneak attacks with you just soaking up damage. You
Yeah.
two would have won that fight.
I only had 30 something left, 33 maybe.
Right, but 33 plus 33 doubled because of your resistance because they weren't.
Plus
doing
your
anything.
normal hit points.
And that's one. Yeah, he was
Yeah, that
down
was
to
the other
33.
33.
I do want to ask: do you have a grasp on temporary HP now?
Yeah, I understand it now. I just added it at first, and then we
Right.
got really confused because I had taken damage and not subtracted from the right thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
usually
got
with like
It's almost
temporary
like a
HP, like we had this problem when Cameron first started playing. He was playing a warlock, and he every time he killed something with a spell, he'd get temporary HP. So we was like, okay, 7, 14. That's not how that
not
kind
how
of
it
temporary
It
hit
doesn't
points work.
stack.
No,
Yeah, it doesn't
no
stack.
form
It
of
just
temporary.
resets itself.
Right.
Yours is weird in the fact that you just get just a crazy ton of
amount.
temporary hit points. Yeah.
That makes that a very powerful ability.
Yeah.
I mean, I know we've only seen 2 of them so far. Definitely, that's the most situationally. That's the most powerful skill you have. But that
Yeah.
teleport was pretty nasty too. Nobody can outrun you.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've
45
got,
foot
I've
plus
got
20.
90 feet and a 20-foot teleport per turn. That's 110 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was sick. And if you go Bard, you can get Expeditious Retreat, and you can have 90 feet of movement just on your turn whenever you want. It just with because Expeditious Retreat is a bonus action, doubles your speed, and then you just have that until you lose concentration. And I think that's a Bard skill, right? I think they get
Boy,
it.
I would
Expeditious
just be like a rocket.
yeah,
Monks are crazy fast.
yeah, they are.
Dang.
Y'all got to get a ring. I think. I mean, it makes
put a-
sense to me.
Put a ring on it.
Something that I kept forgetting, the way that the academy is built, and I've got to remember this. Every time y'all cast a spell, y'all are supposed to roll a d20, and on a 5 and below, your spell fails. Unless you're wearing a ring.
It's just got a lingering magic in there that
Yep.
keeps you from
Yep.
casting.
Lingering anti-magic.
Yeah.
And I keep forgetting it.
Well, I don't think we ever really, when we talked about, because I remember mentioning it to you about the outer walls causing that disturbance. And we never really like settled on, does it affect magical abilities or just spells specifically? And I don't know. I guess you've done it both. I just didn't know if how you wanted to play long term. But yeah, it hasn't occurred yet. But I mean, it's only a, what's that? 5, 10, 15,
We've
20,
only cast a
25%
couple
chance.
spells.
Right.
25% chance is high.
It is and it isn't. It's just never know.
You got to roll a 5. or
25% is that one that sneaks up on you when you least expect it.
below. Yeah. Okay, moving on.
Okay.
Disc golf.
Disc golf.
What segment
Our
is
new
this?
passion.
What segment is this? Is this sports segment?
Sports
Sports
segment.
/ common
Disc
life.
golf is definitely sports.
It's sports
I mean,
/ it's in
common
our
life.
common lives.
Right. It's become your life.
Yeah, so Seth, week and a half, 2 weeks ago? No, it wasn't even 2 weeks ago. It was like a week and a half ago. Got me to go play disc golf with him, and I instantly liked it a lot. So I played
fun
about
game.
I played every day this week. I'm playing in the morning.
I have a tournament this Saturday that I'm going to go to.
Yeah,
with.
Seth's big time.
I'm not good.
It's a really fun game, and the best part about it is that it's basically free. I mean,
Yeah.
you got to buy discs.
He says basically don't believe that. Those discs are $15 a piece.
You can buy sets
I
online.
bought a driver
Yeah,
yesterday.
It's
for like
only
10.
as like any true hobby. It's only as expensive as you want
wanna
it to be.
make it.
You
Right.
can get one disc. You can get a putter. Basically, I think that's what Seth told me. The pros basically recommend when you can do good with a putter and throw
Start
it,
adding stuff to your bag.
start adding stuff to your bag. Exactly. So just don't go in there with an ultimate frisbee and think you're ready. You definitely want to get a putter.
Ultimate
Yeah.
frisbees are actually legal.
Are they really? I did not know that.
What are ultimate frisbees? What's the difference?
Like a Discraft Ultra Star, man. Like what we used to throw all the time.
like triple whammy, ultra disc craft, carbon fiber.
See, the thing with me is I played a ton of golf in my life. I've thrown a ton of discs in my life, so it's only a matter of time before you
Connecting
get
the
into
two.
disc golf. Tyrell, you need to come play with me.
Where y'all playing at?
There's courses all over the place. There's one in Heber.
We're actually surrounded right here.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
crazy.
I knew there was one in Fairfield Bay.
Heber, Fairfield Bay, Greers Ferry, Mountain
Bruce
View.
Ferry, yeah. I like
Bruce
In
Ferry.
line.
Yeah, there's one in Batesville, Lion College.
Probably the park.
There's a couple
Yeah,
in
Lion
Batesville.
College, yeah.
There's a couple in Batesville.
In fact, with your skill level, it seems like you've gotten to, AJ, that one will probably be a big confidence booster because I don't think it's as hard as the ones you've been playing.
I've just been playing Heber. I don't think it's very hard, is it?
I mean, the distance on Lion, I don't think Lion College has the distance of. He played the one that we played at?
Yeah, he's played it.
Yeah, I don't think Lion College has that distance.
Okay.
We thought it had distance back in college. I used to play with my friends regularly. Apparently, Seth tells me he didn't like it. I remember playing with him a couple of times, but I've always appreciated it, but I just never put a lot of time into it.
Anyway, so disc golf, yeah, really fun. I recommend it. It's a great sport. Gets you outside.
What discs
Almost
are you
free.
buying? Have you bought discs?
I mean, besides the ones I bought with you the other day?
God, I owe you $20.
We went to Mountain View.
Besides those, yeah.
Yeah, I bought a couple. I bought 3 more yesterday. I bought another putter. Hold on. I bought another putter that is the same. It's the same putter as the one I got. It's a Latitude 64 Keystone, but it's
different
called
plastic?
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
And boy, you can throw it dead straight, but it drops like crazy, like at close range.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just, I don't know. It's just a variety, but I like it a lot. And then I got a real flippy Discraft driver, like it's really soft and it's easy to throw right. And then I got another distance driver. I can't remember what kind it was, but I just want to see if I could throw it. It's it might be a dynamic discs. No, it's not. I don't remember. I don't even remember the disc I bought. Anywho, I can't throw it worth a crap. I can throw the other one pretty good.
Me and Tate were out throwing in the field before everyone got here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I bought a new driver since I lost mine the other day.
When I threw it in the pond,
No.
that was your fairway driver.
Yeah. No, I lost one at Persimmon
Oh, okay.
the first time I played there.
You throw it in the water?
No, I threw it in the woods and just never could find
You
it.
couldn't find it?
Yeah. But I bought the Macbeth Zeus.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty sick.
Well, I've set up a course in my yard yesterday.
I'm going to come play
Which
sometime.
when I played golf, like in high school, me and 2 of my friends that lived close to me, we all had little short courses in our yard. We just dig holes with post hole diggers, and we go out and just like chip basically. I mean, we didn't have more than a 100-yard shot out there, but we each had 5 holes at our house, and we'd play tournaments. We'd play 5 holes at one, 5 holes at the other, and we'd make like 3 or 4 rounds to everybody's house, and we'd play all the courses. Our short game was unbelievable. So I figure if I'm throwing discs in my yard at a target, see, the thing is, you can go out and you can just throw a disc,
Yeah.
but if you're not throwing it at something, you're not practicing.
That's right.
So if you're actually creating shots, and I mean, I'll get better doing that.
I will say when I was here, I think when Seth was first getting started, he was already watching the videos. The first thing from this sport, just I've played, like I said, I've played it before, but I haven't put in half the work that these 2 guys have put in. The first thing that's going to intimidate you is the brands, the material, and the types of disc golf. It is overwhelming. I've just been listening to Seth. It's like, oh yeah, that sounds good.
Oh, the
Thunderbird,
material is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I understand, hard plastic, flimsy plastic. Sure, I've got 2. The 2 that Seth loaned me money for, I owe him money for it now. But they're a soft plastic, and I actually hate them. But I mean, I'll still keep them because who knows? Maybe I'll one day get good enough to use them.
Well, if you don't like them, I paid for them. If you want to just give them back to me.
No,
It's a good idea. Happy Merry Christmas.
I mean, it's a great sport. You get out there, you get exercise, walking around, you're outside in nature.
I lost
And it's
12
just
pounds
fun.
in like the first 2 weeks that I started playing.
I don't think
is
I've lost any
hot.
weight.
I feel like I need to
It's
start
hot.
playing because of that.
It's
Just because of
been-
that.
Yeah, it's been so hot when that definitely plays. It helps out with the
I haven't been able to play since Saturday, and it's kind of killing me.
Yeah, you got to get out there.
Been busy.
Something that I wanted to bring up since we're talking about hobbies. Next up on the commoner hobby,
Common life.
common life. That's it, common life. I just recently, like within the past week, actually got a hold of some wood chisels and a handsaw. So like,
Build us a new table.
I am 2 steps away from being able to woodwork, and I have not been more excited for anything.
Build us a new table.
I want to
Big table.
Well, there's a
All
few
hand
things.
carved. Just go cut down a huge tree, carve it into a table.
There's a few things that I actually, before I had these tools, I drew up plans for stuff that I wanted: a gaming table, a dice box, I can't remember. I'll have to go back to I have a clipboard at home that has all of my plans, and I tried to scale them. Like I tried to do precision measurements, and I'm like,
Get into it.
I was into it like a year ago. I have not had the tools.
Can you make me a D6?
Out of wood?
Yeah.
Wormwood, watch out.
I figured that would be easiest.
I can try. Yeah, definitely.
Just whittle me just a D6.
I mean, definitely do what I can.
Like
Make
a
sure it's a lot easier to
D6.
roll a 6 than
Out of the bones of AJ's enemies.
Okay,
Yeah.
totally. I'm game. I actually have a friend of mine who he owns like this software company that goes to these different schools in Arkansas, and he has a 3D printer, I guess it's a big time 3D printer at his work. Right. And I was telling him about going to play D&D last week, and he goes, "Well, I mean, if you ever want, I've got this software. You just tell me what kind of dice you want to make, and I'll do it. I'll do it for you because I just want to try it." Because he's a big
Like 3D print them?
yeah. He's like a big tech nerd, and he wants to get all the use out of his 3D printer that he can.
I mean, if he wants to get used that badly, just go in and just find you some free STLs and just be like, print any of these for me.
That's what he's basically right now. He told me on Saturday that he had a 3D print going that was going to take, I think, somewhere along the lines of 1 day and 15 hours.
Oh my
Holy
gosh.
cow, what was it?
I don't know.
How
That'd
big
be
is his
something
platform?
big.
I don't know. I don't know. But he has a computer that is just dedicated to that, and he actually has a webcam set up at his work that watches the computer so that he can go to it on his smartphone and look at how everything's coming out.
That's awesome.
They make industrial grade 3D printers that are like on pull behind trailers, and they can print with cement.
Mm-hmm.
They had some like in Africa or something they were printing
Building
houses with.
Yep, that's what I thought. Yeah, it was a
That
pull
is
behind.
insane.
They have there's one that you can have multiple filaments in there, and AJ will tell you the worst part of having a 3D printer is trying to break the support structures. They have one that is the computer is smart enough to know what is going to be support structure, and you put in a certain kind of filament into a different discharge thing, and it is
Makes it break away.
you put the thing in water and it will dissolve the structures.
It's different. It's a type of filament that's water dissolvable.
Yep.
That's pretty
So you could
nice.
you could actually essentially do like a hydro dip of whatever you're whatever you're printing off. I mean, I'm thinking right now in terms of like miniatures, but if you 3D printed like, I don't know, like a helmet or a mask or something, you could hydro dip it. It would get rid of the supports. And
I'm so glad you mentioned hydro dipping because I don't think AJ's even gotten to this part of disc golf yet. Is like stenciling your own discs and stuff, and
What do you mean stenciling?
you can put your own like customizable stencil art and just dye them different crazy colors and stuff.
Oh, I ain't interested in that.
Oh, you will be. You will.
Are
get
any of the
some-
pros doing that? Because it doesn't look like it to me.
Okay.
That's all I've been doing in my free time besides playing disc golf. Is
AJ
watching
and me
disc golf.
like similar things for entirely different reasons.
It's very true. Very, very true. Okay, when you watch, say you're going to watch something disc golf on YouTube, what do you watch?
What do
You
you
watch
mean?
like a how-to?
I watch a lot of how-tos.
I ain't watched one how-to.
See, you're throwing wrong then.
Uh-uh.
See, that's like that. Like I even joined a Discord, and it's called Disc Golf Foundation or something like that. Foundation Disc Golf, and like they have this
they
little
missed an
section.
opportunity. Then they could have said disc golf court.
They did. But they have this thing where they will review your. They have a lot of people on there. Brody Smith's on there. Paul Macbeth. I think sometimes they pretty much sell stuff on there. They don't really talk to people, but There is good people on there who know what they're talking about. They share their scorecards all the time. They're getting like negative 10s and stuff, but they will review your form. And you can
send them a video.
You can send a video, and I've done it a couple times. And they're like, "Well, this is what you need to do. You're not reaching back far enough here." And then they'll like say, "Here, check out this article. It'll be just explaining the kind of method." And then like, check out this video. What he's talking about right here is what you need to be doing more. So yeah, you definitely should be looking at some how-to videos.
Well, see, I learn differently because when I played golf, I would watch that stuff, but then you start realizing every single article or every magazine Golf Digest puts out every month will have how to fix your slice. Have we not fixed it by now?
I will tell you this: disc golf, every single person agrees. It is fundamentally you have to throw the disc this way.
Yeah, but still, they don't all throw exactly the same. There's still it's a style thing. You watch pros.
Grip.
See what I do? I watch
the grip
pros.
is the only thing they changed. The throw is exactly the same.
I watch pros because you learn a lot hearing the announcers talk about it, first of all. Second of all, you watch what they're doing. I get an understanding of something a lot better by watching someone do it than somebody telling me, hey, you got to reach back and keep it on this angle. And I don't know. I need to see what you're talking about. So watching it, I get a much better idea. First of all. Second of all, I mean, like one thing I realized was, none of these guys are throwing the disc straight. It doesn't. You're not supposed to throw it straight. You're supposed to, make it work for you. So that helps.
It's like trick shots in pool.
And I feel like it's a lot easier to, at first kind of get the feel of it, then go to trying.
But also, I watch tournaments
learn
just
the technique.
showing how they usually have 4 people on a card, and you watch. Them all throw on the same holes.
Yeah, that's all I've been watching, and I really enjoy it. First of all, but second of all, I don't know. I've learned a lot about the game like that. I mean, you don't get better doing that.
No, definitely not.
You get more of the idea, and me playing guitar, I can read tabs, I can try to read music, I can do whatever. But if I can just watch somebody play a song, I can play it. I just need to see, okay, what position are they doing this in? Oh, it's right there. Now I can figure it out. It's how I've always been. If I watch somebody do something and then try, I have to learn it by watching it and then doing it myself. I can't have somebody, I can't read tips and then go do it.
You're like Russell Crowe in, what was his mathematical movie?
I know what you're talking about.
Beautiful Mind. You have a beautiful mind. You just can see someone do something and you
You
comprehend
are
it.
schizophrenic.
Yeah. Chased by the government.
But no, if you,
I have to be explained thoroughly. This is why AJ could never teach me guitar. He's like, just watch what I'm doing.
Yeah, see,
Dude, if I could learn how to hold my hands with the chords, mostly whenever it comes to music, I've always been in the literal sense, play it by ear. Whatever I hear, I will replicate. If that means hitting this, going through the chords over and over again until it sounds right.
Yeah.
That's usually how I do it, but I don't know how to play chords on a guitar, So,
Right.
So I could never do that.
Well, see, they always say if you want to get better at the guitar or whatever, like whoever you like, just try to do what they do. Watch what they're doing and then try to do what they're doing. That's how I've learned everything I've ever learned.
That just does not even make any sense to me.
Are you serious?
You have to have a basic knowledge of what you're doing.
Yeah, but if you have it, you can't just go, I
want to play like Jimi Hendrix. Give me a guitar. I'm going to play like Jimi Hendrix now.
No, that's not. It's not the same. Like, you have to have a fundamental understanding.
See, that's why I watch how-to videos, though. I can't learn to throw like Paul Macbeth unless I figure out how to throw a frisbee first.
Right.
But you have a fundamental understanding of how to throw a frisbee. They're just throwing it a little bit
wrong, and then I started watching other videos and learned how. Like, you've seen my distance, how much it's improved.
If you're gonna throw an ultimate disc, you do not throw it like you throw a golf disc.
Well, that's why you should watch a video on how to throw.
Right, but I'm just saying you have a fundamental understanding of how to throw a disc, just not a golf disc.
Yeah. Okay.
So once you see, they're just doing it like this, now you have to do it. But you could watch somebody throwing a golf disc and go, they're not flicking their wrist. They're pulling it back and rotating.
I handed
the hips.
Anthony a disc today, and I told him exactly where he was going to throw it, and it landed exactly.
Did it
where
go
I
dead
thought.
left?
Dead left.
Sure did. Right over. I mean, oof.
Anyway, that's enough about disc golf.
Yeah, we're getting excited here.
No, we can still think about hobbies though. I have gotten super more into D&D here lately. Again, like
Oh, really?
I am so freaking ready to play.
It's the creative. Once you unwrap those creative juices, like it's just about creation, and that's what I figured out is my deal. Any kind of hobby where I can create something, like like that whole campaign, like creating a campaign, creating something out of a block of wood. Those are the two hobbies really that I have. I mean, that's about it.
I want to play so bad. Like there's so many characters I want to play, but also I'm already like thinking, okay, what kind of campaign are we doing next? What am I writing? What are we like? What kind of characters do we want to make? Do we want to be a mercenary group? Do we want to be?
I actually just started doing just one-on-one. Me and my girlfriend. She's the only player, and we're just doing it one thing. The thing I found is the most fun is she's the main character. So we've only played twice now, but it's a load of fun.
What are y'all doing? I want to hear about this.
I told you I want to create a world, and I've got I do the exact opposite of what you've read to do. I'm like, what's the pantheon? How does this world function? What makes it run? And I just overwhelmed myself in the past doing that. Well, finally I was just like, let's shorten this down a little bit. Okay, it's a village in the middle of the forest. It's going to be called the West Wood, whatever. And finally, we've talked about it back in I think December, as far back as December, and I was like, "Well, what if just me and you play?" And she told me she would be into it, but she had to make a character. Eventually, we did finally make her a character. After she thought about it with all the classes, because I ramble about this stuff all the time.
Can I guess what class you chose?
Go for it?
Druid.
She did choose Druid because out of all the classes, a Druid is the thing you want to be if you are all alone. You got magic, you got wild shape, you can get out of sticky situations. You are powerful by every sense of the word because wild shape, you can make a tank, you can make a healer, you can be a damage dealer.
If you did Circle of the Moon too, you could your shifting
is even more powerful. Yeah. She's level 1 still. We played twice, she's still level 1. I am running it through experience. But anything she does gives her experience. She's done 3 little quests I've already set up.
Next campaign, I'm doing experience.
Yeah, I like experience because I feel like it's an accurate judge of what you've accomplished. Thinking about y'all's campaign, y'all probably are a little higher level than you should be. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, that's not necessarily...
I don't know when to give you a level. Like, it's really hard to be like, all right, this is the time. I think it'll slow the game down a lot by doing experience.
Yeah, I think it definitely does.
Yeah,
even
that's the problem.
There's
Why is that a problem?
Well, no, there's
story.
trajectories you can use. There's slow, medium, and fast. And the fast one is just I think it's 100 points to get to level 1. Whereas the medium is 300. Or sorry, level 2. Level 2, normal trajectory is 300 points. That's the one me and my girlfriend are doing. She's only got 160 right now. She's done 3 quests. She killed some rats. She fought some wolves off with her level 5 hunt ranger dad. And then the third one wasn't even combat. She brewed a tonic for somebody in the village who wasn't feeling good.
Are you recreating Fable or Oblivion?
I've only played Fable 2, so no.
Just making sure.
I do take. I'm just like Seth. I take heavy inspiration from the things around me.
Oh man!
I like Magic the Gathering, so. A epic character of the past named Jace, totally okay with me. I like Fairy Tale, a fire wizard named Natsu, probably going to happen. I love taking inspiration from things that I like, comics, anime, all that stuff. In fact, the campaign me and Seth did with Rudy that we mentioned before, we mentioned last time, I think I mentioned it for a second, but we didn't actually name it. My character was a fire wizard who I named based off of the god of death from Gundam Wing, Duo Maxwell. But I was actually playing him with a very similar backstory to Natsu Dragneel from Fairy Tail. So, very, very similar.
Nice.
Yeah. I love taking inspiration from things around me. It's why I'm just like Tate. I love making characters. I've got I love the Paladin class so much, and I have not played a Paladin but like once in my entire life. And that campaign we didn't level up. We ended before we even began, basically. I loved the druid that I created for that Curse of Strahd. I thought I want a freaking dinosaur wielding lizard folk druid now so bad, just because I was so like into that character and then everything thematically played into it. Dinosaurs exist. I mean, I would need an area where dinosaurs exist, where the character's been around them, because I want to be part of his character. So I don't necessarily. I hate saying I don't want to be limited by what the DM has prepared for me. So I like to have. I really admire what you are doing starting at level 0. That it's risky for me because I always have like a plan. So I would probably have ended up doing the same thing as you guys. Just screw all the planning. We're just going to see what happens.
Yeah.
But when I have a plan, when we start at any level above 1, I'm already making a plan. Something's happened. Sometimes it's dead parents, that old fun cliche, because who doesn't need dead parents in D&D? And then other times, my parents are fine, but, something else horrible happened to me. I always have tragic backstories, it seems like.
I love the story thing, but, like, ironically, whenever I think of creating stuff, I am kind of a min-maxer myself. Like, I know what builds I want to do, and that's what I want to make. Like, I don't know if I could have been AJ and been like, I was going to be a bard, but I got pissed off.
There's no way I could
going
have done
barbarian.
And that's why I admire Quincy so much. There's no way I would have.
I don't know if I could.
I would have been like, look, I'm just going to be a really angry bard and vicious mockery. My girlfriend died in front of me, and then that's how.
Hilarious.
It's like,
Well,
that's how I would have played it.
the deal is, my stats were flat. And I got my charisma bonus because of our backgrounds that we took.
Right.
But you out of here?
Yeah, man, I gotta get going.
All right. Yeah, I didn't not realize how late it got. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Anthony Tate. Anyway, I was saying I rolled completely flat. I've got strength and dex is 14, 15. Con, I think, is 15. Wisdom was like 11 or 12, and my intelligence is 10, and charisma 17. So I didn't roll anything spectacular.
Bad barbarian, great bard.
Yeah, it'd be a good bard, but even
So let's go barbarian.
couldn't help it.
It'd be hard for me. I like it, though.
I love seeing it. In fact, when you first revealed it, it's like, I'm a barbarian. I was just like, he had this in mind the whole time. And then
I was kind of wondering if that came as a surprise to listeners, because none of us had a class yet. I was playing music at the local
It was
tavern.
clear to see. Yeah, you
supposed
were
to be a bard.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely. When you revealed that you were a barbarian, I was like, what? What?
it's like, I saw your stat sheet. You're not a barbarian. I have news for you.
You've been planning this entire time to be a bard.
well, I did not know that my grandpa and love interest were going to die in the same week. So
It makes you a very angry person.
what is life?
I
Really?
mean, you're an intimidating barbarian for sure because of how that whole system works.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun.
Oh,
We
I
don't
want
know.
to play. Which I think that. Do you have any hobby you want to talk about, Tyrell?
Stellaris.
No. Actually, I've gotten back into playing Ghost Recon Wildlands, actually.
Oh yeah.
But that's.
Brief on the console.
Yeah, let's go on. Let's do a quick on the console.
Quick on the console.
Yeah, quick on the console.
Do we want?
I'm not playing anything. I just want to talk about what's coming.
Okay, I will say one. Fable's coming back.
Fable's coming back. The
But I don't have
only
an
reason
Xbox.
you don't have to, you can play it on any Xbox exclusive is also PC exclusive. Xbox is shooting itself in the foot by doing that because any Xbox exclusive, quote unquote, is available on PC now. So, I mean, if I want to play Fable, I can get it on my laptop.
Probably still have to have an Xbox account though. An Xbox.
Yeah. Well, a Microsoft account is an Xbox.
I've been playing the Ratchet and Clank game on PS4. I've beaten it twice now. I gotta
News
get
for
trophies.
you. They're going to put the Miles Morales Spider-Man, which is a $40 game, and you're going to get a remastered for PS5 Spider-Man game.
The one that you have that
Yep.
I've played and love.
Yeah.
Awesome.
For $60, you're going to get both those games, and that's freaking awesome.
So the games are going to be that cheap?
No, games are actually going to go up to like $70, I think.
Of course they are.
Yeah.
What about the console? We get any prices on that?
They haven't told any. They haven't told any beginning prices yet.
Xbox didn't either.
Speculation for the Xbox right now, Series X is $500, but nothing official.
Okay, well that's reasonable.
Sony's probably going to be cheaper than that.
I thought it'd be higher.
I think the
What was our over under bet? I said 600. I think.
I said under 5.
I can't remember what I said.
I took the highest. Tyrell was in between.
I think I agreed with
Sony's
AJ
going to
on
cut
what
them.
he said.
Sony's going to undercut Xbox because it's a.
Yeah, but does. But go ahead. Sorry.
I think they'll undercut on the discless, but not the disc one. I think that one will either stay competitive or be over more.
I didn't watch the PS5 reveal, but is it in 8K like the Xbox Series X?
I'm sure
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much, there is no difference in.
Except for exclusives.
Yeah, except for exclusives. Yeah, their power is almost usually exactly the same.
Right.
Yeah, they'll be about the same.
Yeah. But yeah, that's one problem with Xbox though, is like every exclusive game you can get on PC. And if I can get Fable on my laptop, I'm going to play Fable on my laptop, and then I won't ever have to have an Xbox, and that's awesome.
Right.
That's the only game
That's not.
I would be interested in for Xbox, and I told y'all that. Like, they would make me think about it the most, and if I can get it on my laptop, that's what I'll do.
Well, here's hoping that.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, here's hoping that Fable 4 is actually gonna be better than Fable 3 was.
I love Fable 3 better than any of them.
Really?
Yep.
Oh,
That story
Kingdom
was
was cool.
freaking awesome. Managing the kingdom, trying to save money to go against this. That story was so good. Like, you think the king's evil, and then it's really he's just doing what he has to do to try to defeat this coming evil, and then you become the king, and you pretty much do exactly the same thing he's doing, or you don't, and you suck, and everyone dies because you weren't able to raise enough money to protect your people. It's awesome.
Well,
Great
it
storytelling.
just seemed like it was lacking a lot of the mechanics that the previous games had.
No, I never played the first one. I played the second one. I love the whole getting to kill your sister. That was savage.
Yeah.
Do I want the best weapon in the game, or do I want a sister? I'm a min-maxer, son. I'm killing my sister.
I don't remember. I played Fable 1.
I didn't play one.
Fable 1 had this really cool thing where you were sent to a prison, ironically, and you had to beat someone in a race to escape, and it took me years. Like, if you lost the race, you could only race every year or something, or every 5 years or something like that. So, like, if you lost, you stayed there, and you got older, and you got older, and you got older, and that was hilarious. I cannot for the life of me remember the story for Fable 2.
I've never played one of those games. I can't picture even what it looks like. I don't.
Seth's story took a turn. I thought he was going to say it actually took him years to leave
No.
prison of the first level. Of
I don't think I beat that game though. I think I quit like right after I did escape from the prison or something. That's the last thing I remember about that game. What's Fable 2 about? I can't remember Fable 2.
I've only played the one where you make a huge decision based off your character, where you can either make a sacrifice, which is your sister in the game. Is that the second one, isn't it? I think that's the only one I've ever played. I don't think I've ever played.
I
Fable
thought your
1.
sister was just the blind chick.
She is, but you can save her, or you kill the bad guy, and then you can either walk away with her and you're the good guy, or you sacrifice her and you get the evil weapon anyway, because she ends up being really important to the creation of some powerful weapon. I think a sword, probably sword, bow, something. I wanted it.
I wish they'd remake the Fable games. I love them. And then I really love Fable 3. That's the one I played the most of.
Yeah. I want to say I knew of it. I think I watched a friend play the end where he was managing his kingdom. Maybe I played it some. I don't think I played Fable 3 much.
But there's a DC thing coming out next month, and they're going to announce a whole bunch of DC movies and DC games and stuff, and it's going to be freaking awesome. I can't wait for that.
They're having their own like expo or something.
Yep.
Stay tuned.
Yeah. Stay tuned to hear about Batman games.
Yeah,
Do you ever play Batman anymore?
I'm Batman.
I haven't yet. No, I'm going to.
Have you guys seen that Ghost of Tsushima game?
I want to buy that game.
Yeah, I thought it looked cool.
I did not realize that was an actual historical event that actually took place. That's
I didn't.
I didn't
know.
either.
That is the invasion of the Mongol army into Japan, is what that is about.
Isn't that why they built the wall?
Yeah.
I hear they're going to release that for PS5. I don't know if I'm going to buy another PS4
It looks
game.
beautiful.
It does. It looks really good. And everyone loves it. Apparently it's scoring super well.
Yeah, I'm definitely.
That's the one you were showing me in that Mexican restaurant, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. I might just wait to get that on PS5.
Yeah, I was reading about it, and then I was like, wait a minute. That's kind of. I mean, it's not super realistic or anything like that, but like the actual event that actually did happen is actually what it's based on.
I was afraid it was going to be like For Honor. Was that game? For Honor?
Oh,
I figured it was.
I
like
was
that.
super excited for that, but then didn't have the money to get it at the time of release. Waited.
No one liked
Glad
it.
I did.
Yeah.
I think they've made quite a few adjustments to it now. It's actually fairly decent.
Wasn't it pretty much like rock, paper, scissors against people? You had to choose a high attack versus their low attack to win and stuff.
I think so.
It's just basically fancy rock, paper, scissors.
Right. Except in live action.
Yeah.
So if they rock, paper, scissors faster than you still die.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
I used a rock, but then he just moved to paper faster than I could use the scissors.
Can't wait for the PS5 to come out.
Yeah.
I'm definitely waiting. Big thing for me is I want to know the price, and then we'll see from there. Because I want one. That'll be a big determinant.
I'm probably gonna get one like first release because I just want to play Cyberpunk so bad. Cyberpunk looks so good.
Yeah, that does look pretty.
I just don't know if I have enough time to play video games to warrant getting a new system.
Yeah. I thought you were for sure getting a new system because you haven't had one in so long.
I'm going to, but I'm just
Whether or
it's
not
gonna
he
be a
waits
waste.
for November to see if there's a good sale makes a big difference.
Yeah.
Here is my question, being where we live and all that, which I'm sure, Seth, you probably won't have any problem with your internet and stuff, but downloads and updates, are they going to require you to even be able to play the game to update it?
Xbox definitely will because, I mean, that's just Xbox.
Well, I mean, my games, I've never had a problem with that, but that was an older console. Now, with this new one, what are they going to do?
Well, what Sony's, I mean, I've never had an Xbox, but what PlayStation's always done is if it requires an update, the game comes with it packaged on the disc.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Microsoft's rough on their people.
they want you to have internet really
Yes,
bad.
they do.
Well, yeah, that's one thing about PlayStation. Like, well, I mean, either one of them, if you never have them hooked up to the internet, it ain't never going to try to download an update, right? You just play the old version of the game.
Xbox won't let you, though.
Their newer game, do they not come packaged with the update or something?
I don't think so.
They
Right, Tyrell?
No, okay, well, like, if you buy a new game, you can play it any way you want, but, like, you don't have to worry about updates or anything, but, like, if you get online with it, it will require you to
Yeah.
update.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, like, what if the new consoles require you to update it when you put it in the first time?
The PlayStation 4 did require that. Like if you put in, let's say you have a first day release PS4 back when they came out, and then you don't have internet. You wait a year. You're like, oh, I love this game. This game sounds really cool. I want to buy it. You buy it. It's like, well, to play this, you need PS4 3.2, and you're at 1.0. Well, the game comes with whatever will update you to that point. It's supposed to be packaged with the disc. So that way, people without internet can still play the games that they purchase.
Okay.
At least that's how it used to work.
Well, hopefully that's what they continue to do.
Yeah, I'm assuming it'll stay.
Them getting away from discs, like that's just the future. Like they're gonna get away
Dumb.
with discs.
I've gotten a few games and downloaded them like that on my Xbox.
I've downloaded some games, true, but like that should just be a choice. But like now they're making consoles that won't even take a disc.
Right.
That's the future. They're gonna
They've
get
done
rid
the
of
same
discs.
thing with software.
Yeah.
You have to pay extra to get a dang disc.
You do,
And I'll pay it every time.
but you can also go on their website and download it for free
Yeah.
every time. Most of the time. The
Trial versions, at least.
Yeah, I definitely want to agree with y'all about disc, but my 3 terabyte PS4 hard drive that I bought and put in myself, that's nearly full of games I've downloaded onto it, has to disagree with you.
Well, we just don't have the internet.
I just move it where I do have it. We have good internet.
I want you to when I get a PS5. I want you to get me like a whatever high crazy terabyte, so I don't ever have to worry about deleting games.
Yeah.
My I bought the Pro. I bought the
You got
PS4
the
Pro
with a
and
terabyte hard drive.
I have to juggle things all the time. Like I have to do like, well, am I ever going to play this game again?
No.
Nope. Guess not.
Can
Delete
you just
it.
bust in there and swap the hard drive out of it? They're just the same as like a PC hard drive?
The PS4. I mean, the PS4. The motherboard has the software on it built in. So when it recognizes, oh, I've never used, as long as the hard drive's formatted that it can be seen.
I remember when that was such a no-no.
It'll say, oh, okay, I can just format this for you, and it'll be a PlayStation hard drive now. So I just
Mr. Comstock would like he would sometimes do certain students' Xboxes or something. He would like break in there and add.
Jailbreaking Xbox was a big thing.
Yeah.
Back when we were in high school.
And then he wouldn't do it for some. Like it was
Really?
but he did it for his sons. Like I don't know, man. It was.
Well, he probably didn't want to tear people's stuff up.
It's risky. Especially if you ever have an actual problem and you have to send it in. Then they're just like, we're not fixing it.
Yeah.
So that's on the console.
It's on the console.
Do we have any other topic?
I was going to say, I mean, we probably should shut it down. And Dustin, you'll have to come back on so you can talk about esports.
Definitely.
Since you're on that. But I was going to say, we got some stuff coming
up.
But we can't say a lot about the Tiger Skull thing.
Yeah.
So
I'm finally going to get to play, though.
Yeah. We're going to be probably doing a little side fun campaign, and I'm going to DM it for whoever happens to be here on the nights that we don't play Commoners.
It might just be me and Tyrell.
Might just be Seth Tyrell. I don't know. We'll see. Whoever happens to show up, we'll do something, and it'll be a fun little thing on the side. And also, we've never talked about it on the podcast. We've talked about our 1v1 battles, I think, but we're going to have a YouTube series called 5th Edition Face Off, where we take Player's Handbook classes and took them to level 5, and we fought each other, random draw, tournament style, bracket style kind of thing, and we filmed some of it. We haven't filmed the whole thing, but we're going to start posting that soon.
Each one of us got 2 classes each, and we're finding out which class is the best at level 5.
Which it still depends on dice rolls and stuff like that, but
It doesn't
gives you a pretty good gauge, I
It's
think.
whoever Seth is playing.
Yeah, Seth is all high on himself because he won his first 2. So, anyway, that'll be on YouTube shortly, and
We got some more. I think we got some cool stuff coming with Tiger Skull. Me and A J have both been reaching out to him. Really cool guy. We appreciate your support, Alex. Looking forward to continuing working with you.
Tiger Skull RPG.
Tiger Skull RPG. His girlfriend said we have nice voices for podcasting. Too.
Yeah, I think she's just never listened to a podcast. It's the only podcast she's ever listened to. Yeah. No, that's me. It's me tweaking the EQs just right.
Yeah.
Something my coworker told me today when I mentioned to him that I'm going to be coming in and doing this podcast tonight. Just a reminder to all you out there, Joe Rogan started in his living room too.
So, did he?
Yep.
I saw some video of his early stuff. It was bad.
Well, when we first started doing this, I went back and listened to the first Critical Role episode. It sounded horrible.
Oh yeah, when they were still in their bedroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, they even said we apologize for the sound.
Yeah. I mean,
AJ apologized once for our sound.
Yeah.
The very first episode.
I mean, I didn't know how to record it. I recorded it with like 2 mics, and it was really echoey. Kind of like you can probably still tell on this, but I've figured out some stuff. So we're getting better and better. This last one from this last Saturday, I think, is the best audio we've had. And I don't know what we did differently. It was just
we had so many people.
We had 8 microphones set up. I don't know how it wasn't a disaster, but it sounds really good.
All the bodies were like breaking down the echo.
It must have been absorbing the sound.
Yeah, that's what it was. So Seth always needs to have 8 people here, no matter who can't make it.
Yeah, we're gonna have to start setting up bleachers in the kitchen or something so people can come watch.
We need people to cheer for us.
Yeah.
It'll be the main character couch, the secondary main character couch, and then
The gallery.
everybody else. That's the other party.
We couldn't do that. They'd be over there whispering and laughing and carrying on.
Yeah, we've got some big news coming. I've got some personal news that we're going to get into a couple weeks from now. It's exciting being on the podcast right now. We're really enjoying it, I think. Everyone's enjoying it. Hopefully everyone's enjoying it.
Well, I don't know why they'd be listening to it if they weren't enjoying it.
We appreciate you guys listening. Reach out to us on Instagram. Check out Tiger Skull RPG.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel.
We have 2 videos on there. Go get those views up there.
Yeah. And get your friends involved. Get everybody listening to us.
And everyone should play. Go try it.
Go play some D&D. We good?
Out.
We're out of here. Thanks for listening to this episode of Say It in Common with the Commoners of D&D. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast and follow us on Facebook and Instagram at The Commoners Official so you never miss an episode or anything else. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Commoners, for even more exclusive content. We'll see you next time.